being a mother, I'm not even a mother, never been close to it, but being a mom, having not even a 9 to 5, you're doing 7:30 to 5:30. How do you, what made you want to get into it in the first place?
My pictures.
Or
what made it so that I'm going to invest my time in this?
Yes, because one thing is to take pictures, another thing is to showcase other things around Houston. But that's a hobby to many people, you know?
I think it's all the people that I met.
Okay.
The people that I met throughout the way, the friendships, the relationships, the partnerships that I built. It's kind of there's times where I want to throw in the towel. When my ex and I broke up and he was the blog took a toll on our relationship, it made me think is this going to be an issue in any relationship that I have?
Looking back, did it really?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I feel
it was a catalyst or something?
I was focused on getting that picture. I was focused on, okay, it's date night, but can we stop by this event first? So it's kind of okay, where's the give and take? Okay. And it was I've always asked, hey, is this an issue? Hey, is this a problem? And at this point, I've asked myself, would I have stopped if it was just yes, this is a big problem? And I don't feel I would have stopped because it was something that I was building, and
you were honest.
Yeah, and after we broke things off, he's look, I'm really proud about what you're doing and what you're building.
It wasn't for him.
It wasn't for him, and which is fine. Hey, good luck. You're gonna do great things, but this is something that I'm doing for myself, and I'm getting paid for it now. And who's gonna say no to that money that you've been working so hard, to get there? And I'm it's a give and take.
You have fun.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to feel you belong somewhere, in the community. You're making money, and at the end of the day, you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, so I feel I think we've talked about this subject with other guests that we've had. The right people will just fall into place.
Yeah.
And the wrong people filter themselves out when you do what you want to do.
Yeah, and that's what's happened. I've slowly seen people just kind of trigger, but then there's people that come in. There's people that I went to elementary school and middle school that they've reached out and they're girl, you're out here, A-Leaf proud, making us look good, you're doing something, no.
I'm gonna be the only girl on this channel that threw a good
No, they're
on the first
Did you really? Oh, that's funny. No. You got it. That was, you got to. But
we started losing followers before we had any.
No, but it's just one of those things. When people reach out and they're girl, I see you out here hustling. I see what you're doing. It's amazing. Why stop?
Right.
Why stop? I just feel it's just beginning, and I'm, turning 30 in a couple weeks, whoop whoop. I feel the 30s are your new 20s, so I've heard, I'm hoping. So for my 30th, people are oh, what are we gonna do? Let's go big. And I'm I wanna get back to charity. There's no reason for me to be greedy with what I can do, and I think that's what I love about what I'm able to do. Is I can give back.
Yeah. The opportunities.
Yeah, you have the opportunities to give back. And it's I don't like being a greedy person. And if I can have fun with my friends on my 30th birthday and raise money for a charity, why not do it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing mindset. That's one thing that the blogger's closet, I was surprised, and not only was everybody pitching in to do something, but it was for a charity.
Yeah.
That was the last thing I learned.
I think it was Chloe's Closet. I believe it was Chloe's Closet, and I don't want to lie. I think it's they give clothes to women that I don't know, but literally it was regardless of how much you sell and stuff, 15% of that is going to that charity. You're not keeping all of it. This is why they were doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That really blew me away, like I said, because in my head I'm you have to be making some kind of money for you, not only to sell items, but then to give it to charity.
Yeah.
Everybody was putting in time, effort, and it looked hard work.
And the girls that put it together, they had to reach out to these companies hey, can we use your space? And a lot of these places that we do it, they're sponsored. We don't pay the venue, and they have to put a lot of trust in you.
Right.
and stuff like that. Like working with bars, like I have to, you know, kind of guarantee them like, hey, you're gonna have at least 50 people here. They're gonna be buying stuff. I'm gonna do a bar spin with my sponsors, so like you'll get money at the end of the day. So it's a trade. Fine, I'll give you the space, but we need the people to come in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.